Hi everyone! I hope you're having very good days, typing a lot, listening videos and getting everything organized, right? For your own establishment, okay? And let's help those teachers to get all the rules and guidelines for all 10 departments, the entire international constitution. That's a proposal that we are writing. All these videos, a proposal to all countries, right? Okay, so here we have more updates. So thank you so much for your participation. Please remember to subscribe, to activate the bell so you can receive the following videos and the following live streams we're gonna have, okay? Very good. And also please make your donations online. You can use Western Union or Walmart to Walmart. They're very easy. You may have it any country, those two options, or one or the other, okay? And soon we're gonna post information for PayPal as well, all right? And you can also send checks or give us cash, if you meet us, that's fine. You just have to say what's that money for. If it's for the headquarters, for their own need, because we also need an apartment to live, right? If it's for the piloting program, do we need a school, a thrift store, a restaurant, right, and an office? You just have to say what's for, all right? Or if it's for everyone else, right? After the piloting places are established, if that money is for the following, whichever is needed, okay? We really appreciate your donation, and just go ahead, send how much you can afford. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we have some more updates, and it's a gift to have your participation. Please share every day, Monday to Friday. Share for friends. Make a schedule who you're going to schedule with, send the email with, and send the same emails. Just keep adding more emails to that account, but the ladder is the same. Just keep sharing the whole month, right? Very good. Thanks so much. fine, my friends. And related to money, every week, ask for a balance. Ask for a balance. Okay, you cannot use your credit card for anything. Actually, you need to pay it off, cancel, and have a letter from the company that you don't owe anything. You only can use debit card. Okay, every week have consistency. Which day you can go? At lunchtime, right? And get it done. Get the balance. So you start practicing, to be organized, check everything, all the money came in, all the money that got out, if the balance is right. So do like I do. And then you're gonna have here, and the last 4 digits of your card should be here. All right, so here it is. So in May, I already got 7 receipts with today, May 18th. It's a Thursday, May 18th. And I went to Walmart this morning, bought some coffee right there, okay? So that's how you're gonna do. You put big in bold, the month and the receipt number, all right? Okay, a few more updates for all of us. Let's get ready. We see you soon. And here it is, more updates for better humanity with better rules and guidelines, orientation for the families, how to be practical, and how we are going to renew our entire humanity. Okay? All right, so here it is. Let's get ready and do the best you can every day, practicing, all these wonderful things we have been guiding you with, guiding ourselves as well. Thank you. Let's get ready. So now I have here a very few things about the table for healthy people and table for unhealthy people. Okay? So if you have, these nuts or granola bars, whichever it is, if they have a little sugar or a lot of sugar, you're gonna put them here or here, of course, right? Or they have a lot of flour, okay, so flour go here. For healthy people can eat flour, can eat something with sugar, can eat ice cream, they can eat some sweets, granola bar with sugar. Unhealthy people, you're just gonna make it more plain, right? Okay, you can have 2 weeks adjustment. You can, such as people that can't eat salt, then it's different, right? Or can't eat sugar because they're diabetic. Or those that have they are diabetic, but they have pills, so they can have a little bit. Okay, so you're gonna make a plan. 2 weeks and then no more salt, or 2 weeks and no more sugar, right? You have to make a plan with them. But they are separated at schools, residential communities. If you have a meal, they're already separated in 2 faraway tables. They can see each other, such as father, mother, 2 elders. They can see each other, but far away. They don't even see much what they're offering. If they're offering something to their child, the child's diabetes, of course, the parent go there, gonna look what that child's having, right? So you're just gonna do the best you can. If you have a lot of this and a little of this, or the other way around, okay? And then just common sense. The same thing if you got donations of processed meat, for example. You have hot dogs, you have French fries, you have, that's potato, but anyways, nuggets. Whichever they are called, right? You have a lot, you have a little, what you're gonna do? The processed items you give to these healthier people because they already are healthy. They can handle something more oily, more processed, more white, understand? Bread, pasta, but not these people. These people, they're gonna eat beans every day, or lentils, or egg, or real meat without a lot of fat, right? No bread, no pasta, no sugar, no salt, nothing white, So here's 0 white. These people, here's 0 white. Makes sense, so they can get healed, All right? And be strong and start. The clubhouse gonna open already. You're already organized. And here, whites. Okay, what are the whites? Sugar, salt, flour, pasta, flour items with flour, pasta, bread. Those are the whites, okay? No whites. Yes, whites, okay. The other thing, the transition from home to this clubhouse or skyscraper kitchen. Of course, you need them empty, right? If you're in Skyriser or if you're gonna do a neighborhood clubhouse, you need the space empty, right? For you to move the items and for that area to become a community cafeteria, right? Okay. If it's in a housing or apartments or Skyriser, whichever is your reality, or hotel that's been remodeled. So the first thing, you need the area. It's empty. It's available for people to bring their items and their food. Okay. So you're gonna go to a few meetings, 2 or 4. 4 is better to plan all this transition. Okay. Even that people are leaving, moving, the place not ready yet, it's okay, but you're already planning. Do not give your food away if people, other families are not giving. Okay, so for example, you got your food, you are these 4 couples, for example, or not even the 4 yet. All right, you got this food, you believe other families have their food, you got this empty, you know, this clubhouse, this cafeteria, this kitchen, everything is perfect, the whole apartment is free, or that whole house is free, whichever is your reality. All right, you need to plan and make sure. So let's do 4 meetings, not 2, 4. Make sure who agrees, they write it down, you know. And people that have more things or less things, to be reasonable. It's okay if one have more food, the other have less food. But if they have more money in a bank, to buy what's left over, so every family gonna be bringing more or less the same amount, or the money related to it and purchase the dry food that's needed. How you gonna do? According to reality. Because some neighborhoods are everybody about the same. Everybody's poor or everybody's wealthy, have a lot of money, right? But maybe not. So you're gonna have these meetings to talk, have the meetings in proper records book. Records book for who? For the community, not at your own. All right? At your own, you can invite a few families, you know, start talking to them. That's the first things they ask is your own family meeting, okay? Just to get somebody to support, even that maybe you want a school, or if you want to be department director of residential community, or open a new business, or be the city office for the headquarters, whichever you want to do after. You have to start somewhere, start talking to people, and they have to come to your meeting. And they're going to be doing the same, register their own family records book. As soon as you decide which one you want, then you're going to have a records book related to that. Okay, today this meeting, it's for us to find 4 initial couples. Okay, we are ready. You cannot jump to the 10 couples, sorry. You cannot jump to the 10 couples right away. You need to have the 4 couples first. Okay, so this, I'm sorry, I think I was not recording. I moved the phone a little bit. So here, first you start, you invite, you're just one family, you're here, one family, you start to invite a few families, your own family, your neighbors, co-workers, right, or friends, to start attending your meeting. You know, maybe 1, 2, 3, or 4, you know, I don't know, but so you see you have support for what you want to do. So, but you're still thinking, for example, not sure. So if you're gonna open the school, or you're gonna, apply for the school or residential community or a business in your area, or a city office, right? We also have 10 departments for city office everywhere, all the counties that cannot close down in 5.5 months, 5 months and a half, they need to have a city office beside the open school. All right, they're the last to leave. With the school teachers, they're the last. Okay, but you're still deciding, because according to the families, the conversation, wait and have 4 meetings. Have 4 meetings, because in 4 meetings you're gonna have a better idea on these people and what will be the most convenient, what will be the most needed for your neighborhood, for your family, okay? All right? So start with this group, have 4 meetings, always at the same day, same time. You can do Tuesday and Thursday lunchtime, or every Sunday if it's a residential community. Already start the pattern, okay, of these days I'm saying. And if it's a business owners, you do Tuesday and Thursday lunchtime as well, okay? Or Saturday morning before, you can do Saturday. If it's a restaurant, you can do Saturday 1 hour in the morning and Saturday in the afternoon 1 hour. After lunch, you have that break, right? Have that meeting right there, 1 to 2 o'clock. Actually, 2 to 3, because about 4, you start already dinner, offering dinner. So you have, if you're a restaurant, that's how you're going to do, okay? So with the answer, these people that will be coming first, and you're going to already have an idea and talk to them. Look, we have opportunity to open this place. Which one we're going to apply as a 4 married couples? And keep talking, keep talking. After you make a decision, and then what you start, that their own records book for the school or residential community or a business or a city office. Understand? Okay, so very good. We already talked about that. Now, the transition from your own house to the clubhouse need to be everything documented. We, the following signing families, agree we will bring everyone the basic amount. You can even put, one full box for every family. So like a file box, you can do that as well, so to be reasonable. And we will start preparing the food together on this day. And then you put there, always start on a Monday, okay? Always start on a Monday. You plan, Sunday's your last meetings for residential community, and Monday you start, all right? And of course, restaurants are closed Monday and Tuesday, so you're gonna start on a Wednesday, all right? In the beginning of the week, okay? So you make all these plans and everything. All right, so what to do with families that don't have the food and don't have the money? Just be reasonable. We are here on planet Earth to help each other, and the work of the organizations for us to be united, So just be reasonable. Maybe they can bring the chickens, and raise them. They don't have money, so all the other families going to be buying those grains and meat and everything else. All right, they can work more with the food gardens. I don't know. Or everyone already is working a lot and you're just going to be kind and everyone bring what they have. Choose what is the best according to your reality and help anyone that does not have what others have. Done. You already have the day to start. Before you start, you have to say what's the day for them to bring the food. And then you need 1 or 2 days to select everything. What is old, what's new, right? You select everything. And you make a promise on that notes on the records book you get in this signature, that's already the residential community records book for sure, right? Because if you're doing that, you need to be one of the 4 for the residential community. Okay, so you already have the day they're bringing the food. You have 2 more days to select, organize, label, right? You purchase beans ahead of time to put group of things, such as many cans here to use first. Many cans there on the back is the best ones for later, they're good quality. So you're gonna use those beans, plastic beans, you know. So always 2 on the back, right? Or you can get shoe boxes, whichever you have, whichever is the best. Beans are better because they're easy to wash before, after, right? But cardboard boxes, such as shoe box, is fine. You just disinfect with vinegar. They need to, the surface inside, outside those boxes, need to be wet for 10 minutes. And then it's okay. You can do inside, put on a fan, or air conditioning is running and dry, and then you can do the other side, right? Inside and the borders, outside the borders, because the boxes are like this, right? Oh, sorry. They're like this and they have a flap, right? They have 4 flaps out. Okay, so you do inside and these parts of the flat, and then you do the back and this part of the flap. So 10 minutes for each. The vinegar needs to be there before it dries out in 10 minutes. Keep looking. If they dry before, you know, just spray a bit more. Okay? And not more than 10 minutes, because then the box can deteriorate. We don't want that. All right, so already have all the label, those 2 days to label, sort, put in boxes, right? Separate boxes, put the label at the front of the cabinet. So you already organize everything, you list everything, you know what you have. That is to use first on the front. Every cabinet have 2 on the front and 2 on the back. All right, another cabinet, 2 on the front to use first and then to use after. And so you have label for everything done. You make a huge list in alphabetical order. All the canned food, all the dry food, you know, frozen food, veggies. So this first donation that everyone gonna bring what they have, you know, you have that agreement. The other thing is that they cannot keep food home. When they're bringing is to bring everyone of the entire community or the skyriser, right? So if the day to bring the food, they bring the food. And they cannot bring food that, you know, like they're already cooked, you know, so they just know the day ahead. So they won't bring rice or beans or meat or casserole dishes, anything that was already made and not eaten. The family needs to eat. So, of course, you have to give, you know, a week to 10 days notice. So they know the last day they don't cook, you know, they eat salads if they have a piece of bread, you know, they don't cook the last day. Makes sense, right? They're sure it's not going to have leftover food. The other thing you're going to tell them to get used to, 4 meals a day, no snacking. Ask them to already write on their family book. When was the last day you had snacks? You know, you have more than 4 meals. That's the right way. Okay? So that's how you do it. The other thing, everyone that's obese and unhealthy, but you know, that can handle, they're gonna have 2 meals a day. In the morning, they only have lemon, plain lemon. That's organic because they are richer in nutrients, okay? So 2 meals for people that are unhealthy. Who? People diabetes, overweight, obese, You know, those for sure, only 2 meals, lunch and dinner. And they have their drink at their hydration drink, morning or afternoon, not both, okay? Because some people are sick because they need to give that space to the digestive system that keeps working, never stop, never stop, never stop. Okay, so the healing gonna come with all the good practices that we have been talking about, but also not 4 meal days, but 2. But if they are diabetic and skinny, because this can happen as well, right? So you have to watch. They can't lose too much weight, you know, if they're already skinny. So you have to watch. So, you know, of course, no sugar, no flour for diabetic, you know. But then they can have a little more meat. They can have a little more beans, brown rice, not white rice. White rice is here. They cannot have white rice. They have to eat brown rice. Parboiled rice, it is white rice. They have some ingredients, extra ingredients on them. They are pre-cooked. They're not good. They're white. These people eat parboiled rice. Give these people whole rice, okay? The with the germ in it. Brown, it's called brown rice, but real brown rice, because some countries, some companies, you know, they write brown rice, but they're parboiled. They look brown, but they're not, they don't have the germ on them. They're plain white rice, okay? Pay attention. Parboiled, pre-cooked is here. And here is brown rice with the germ in it, real brown rice. Okay, so basically it's that. So you have these 2 days, you got all these boxes in all cabinets, right? Use after, use first for everything, right? So you have some cabinets with can only, right? Cans. And another cabinet with dry bags. Rice, beans, right? Already you can use syllable bags, you know, that fits 5 kilo, everything, and then you flat them up. Rice, beans on the back, on the front of those cabinets. If you have very large bags, you know, that are already sealable, leave it alone, you know, because it's gonna take forever for you to do these sealable bags. So if you get a sealable bag, this is a sealable bag. Use, this is practical, you can press, and when you have the machine arrive to take the air out, that will be better, right? Because maybe the air have some humidity, right? We are moving to the beach, you have to think about that, you know? Okay, so you close here almost all the way, you know, sealable bags almost all the way. You put the little tube here, you press, the machines have different types, you suck the air out, and then easily you finish this, okay? That's how we're gonna do it. And you can reuse, you know, those huge bags that gonna come from food distribution centers, right? They might have 80 kilos, 100 kilos, whichever it is. We're going to try to keep in a 50 kilos, no more, right? But if it's what they have, they're in a hurry. They have to close up their company as well. You just accept the way it is. Okay, and then you do. How much you're going to do? Because you're going to cook, you know, that's what more or less you're going to cook, right? About 5 kilos or 2, 5 or 2, right? Okay? To be reasonable according to this, use everything that's worse first to the healthy people. After that, here, okay? All right. So maybe 40 bags, I don't know how many cabinets you have. Maybe you got too many cans. Maybe you got no cans, so you need more of those bags with dry food. Okay, so you're just gonna do according to your reality what's reasonable. Cans, It's a different cabinet, and they have a sign in front of the cabinet written large. Cans, canned food only. Okay? Canned food only, right? And the other one, dry food only, because we're not writing beans or legumes. We don't have to. Dry food only, canned food only. All right. If you have some canned food with a little something different that sometimes you can put on this plain white rice, it's okay. But maybe on a plain white rice you can put some veggies, such as kale, stems, right? They're thick and they need cooking. So, or maybe a little few pieces of beets to give a different color, right? A little bit of something. So if you have some cans that sometimes, so one day you offer plain white to the healthy people, but someday one with sauce. White, one with sauce. White, one with sauce. Make sense? Just to be a little different. Who is this for? Healthy people. Okay, what the unhealthy gonna be eating? Oh, well, only dry plain food. Beans, lentils, eggs, fish, right? So the egg is protein. These people also have. The fish, these people also have. Or chicken, these people also have. Or meat, red meat. These people also. Then is a share. Those with those is a share exactly the same. But for the basic carbs, they can even have bread here. No bread there. They can have wheat tortilla. Wheat tortilla. They can't have wheat tortilla. They are unhealthy. So they can't have gluten. No gluten. No gluten for this team. No gluten. But they can have a tortilla made with corn. That's okay. You know, if those are a little hard or those softer, doesn't matter. That's okay. Tortilla, corn tortilla. That's okay. You understand? But no gluten. They need to go to the bathroom. So if they're constipated, they have headaches, if anything, you know, bad circulation, diabetes, no gluten, no gluten. They need to have the cleanest as possible their digestive system, you know, and nothing to block. But this is okay because this is easily but not every day, because it's flour, made out of flour. All right? So, but you're scraping the corn, you doing, that's okay. No fried food to this team here, no fried food. But this team they can have the nuggets, they can have French fries, right? Some of them is just to warm up, they come ready. You just put in I don't know, whichever you have, okay? Just warm it up and get going on a pan and stove, not oven, all right? And these people here can have the buns. Remember, if you have flours, you can make buns, little bread, okay? Or pancakes, that's okay. Own made. Own made. What did I say? Buns at the stove or pancakes at the stove. No oven. All right, for these people here. What about these people here? No buns. And no pancakes. Because I never saw pancakes that do not have wheat. They doesn't work. And they are white flour anyways. So no buns. This team here, no buns, no pancakes. You understand? All right, okay. So they will have only beans and lentils as a base for their diet, oats, or anything else. I already made the list, right? So here will be grains, And legumes, all right? Seed is different. Seed, the same seed these people get seeds, nuts, to be fair, right? Everyone get the same. All right, the same as all the colorful veggies. All right, so here it is. All right, we got some more updates. So make your plans really well for the proper transition. And if anybody in your neighborhood do have money, already purchased those lentils, those beans, chicken eggs, right? You can go ahead and buy what? 50 dozens of eggs. You can do, and put in the fridge. Which days the refrigerator gonna be transferred? That's another thing you need. Okay, so what's the best? The same, some families bring some, in the morning, some bring the others in the afternoon. So nothing gonna be too crowded. They bring the refrigerators already with a plan where they're gonna go. So if you are here on the Sky Riser, those kitchen floors, community floors, right? So you're gonna make a plan. All right, okay, so this apartment, this kitchen, it's big or small. All right, 2 refrigerators gonna be at the kitchen. That's one idea, right? They have freezers on the bottom, if you have of those, because makes sense, right? The part they open all the time, it's closer to their body, right? Okay, and then what's the other one? Kids bedroom, right? Bedroom. That's what I said before. Oh, this room is quite good. So how many we can put? All right, you keep 4. All right. What is the most important for your pantry? All right, you're going to evaluate your reality. Okay, so let's say you are in a Sky Riser, right, with lots of land, neighbor land or across the street. You have a lot of what? Food. That means what? Salad greens and veggies, colorful, beautiful herbs, nuts and seeds. All right. So what do you need here then? You have your fresh here. You need freezers, 4 freezers. But this is mandatory for everyone. 2 with both. Because if you don't have to harvest every single day, maybe for the weekend you do before. So it's mandatory to have this pattern, okay? And also for some food, you're gonna defrost next day. So you already leave there in the freezer. But defrost during the day. Remember I told you that? Defrost during the day. Okay, so you already have a lot of veggies that you're gonna harvest there. So you have 4 freezers because that's the most important. You get donation of meat, all right, hurry up. And then you always count them like that. They're gonna have label on the door, okay, with a sign. And every time, this one is the one that's gonna be used first. You pass, new arrival, put here, and you keep passing. That's the best way. All right? Okay. And if something bad just came, gonna expire soon, or it's bulky, have too many bones, you go ahead and already put the one to use first. I made a video about that, right? Okay. So here and here, you're gonna keep the ones you can use maybe in a year. All right. So try to have also your meat for 2 years. Chicken, mammals. Why? Because, you know, at least once a week for people to get used, because we're gonna hunt for all these years. You know, we're gonna hunt, make traps close by. Afterwards, we're not going to hunt far away, but we're gonna do close by. All right, so that's how you're gonna do. Okay, that's how you're gonna do. If you're closing soon your community, then it's different and you're not going to invest too much on that, right? Then it's okay. You can have those maybe 2 freezers, right? And 2 refrigerators, you know, so you have different spaces for what? Fruits, veggies, if you receive them, you know what I mean? So you have to see what's your reality, how long you're gonna be there. Up to 5.5 months and really live, or 6 months or more. You know, you're located by farms, meat farms or not? Are you located close to farms that sell veggies, gonna close down soon, fruits, and for sure you're gonna purchase cheap, or for sure you're gonna get some donations? What do you need? You gonna see and get approval of all these other families that are working with you. The other step is which ones you're gonna keep. Of course, you always keep the best, okay? The old ones, extra ones, you know. So you put in a recycle, or, you know, the thrift stores, they can send to the beach area. All right, that's okay. You know, they can offer the schools. The school gonna have many. Maybe they're gonna have what, 10, 20. Right? Because those farms closing, you know, also gonna donate or sell cheap for them. So basically it's that, all right? And you don't only pass the meat. I mean, here, the number 1 and 2, if you're doing 4 freezers, always keep the best meat here. Real meat that use the least place. All right, if you got donations of French fries, nuggets, or raviolis, or all these things that are processed or mixed with other things, they come straight here, okay? All right? Fruits, and then you just see the expiration date. It's soon to expire or good to keep for next year. You keep at this 2 or ready to go, okay? And then you move something a little back here to give space, you know, suddenly you got something that needs to go first. All right, you can move something here back to the number 3, that's fine, okay? Just have your record. Every pantry, this is the pantry room, is the kids' room of those apartments or residential communities, right? So that's already decided. It's the best place. You can pack a lot of things, easy to put some cabinets, and done. Okay? All right. You just have to do the records book, pantry, records book. What's the other one? Kitchen. Records book. They're different. You see? What's the other one I said before? The master bedroom of those empty apartments. What they're gonna be? The planting sprouts room. Okay? And the other ones, records book as well. For what? Yoga with walking, or swimming with walking, stretching, I mean. English classes, classes about the organization, all those classes at this Sky Risers community floors, right? Community kitchen floors, community floors. You know, you're gonna have. Why? Because maybe you give in yoga with stretching now, the next semester you do it again. Oh, you get a lot of points for you to apply. Maybe what? in 5 years for that perfect position you're looking for. You know what I mean? If you do English 6 months, or if you do English a whole year, oh wow, you're getting many points. For what? For the position you're looking for now or after in 5 years. Okay, for everything. You're teaching about the organization. Anything you're doing, you also getting many points for 6 months or a whole year. All right? Okay, so yeah, basically is that. So up to 2 years, you know, you go 6 months at the time. Okay, 6 months plan at the time. Make sense? All right? Okay. And after 2 years, you're already gonna know, you know, if you're already closing down in 6 months, or if you need 1 more year or 2 more years, right? And for places that are closing down, of course, keep the 6 months. But for places already by the beach, you can already offer, of course, the whole year, you know, and be firm. You get that position, be firm. If you're not 100% sure, that's okay. Maybe now you start with something that you're comfortable, something already know a little bit, yoga, pool, or the organization or English. And then the following 6 months, you get something else. That's fine, no problem. You get in your points every class you lead. Of course, you need at least what? Let's think, I think 5 couples. Is that reasonable, right? So if yourself gonna be 6 couples, that is 5 couples with yourself. Okay, list 5 couples. So you teach 4 and you married couple leading one of those classes. All right, very good. At least every class need at least 5 couples. 1 is the leading and 4 is attending. And the same way for everything. For cell phones, you can do basic and advanced. For laptops, basic, advanced. For English, basic, advanced. For the organization, basic and advanced, right? You keep going, everything, right? At the end of the semester, you can start all over, or you get that group and keep going with them to teach them more, because probably you're gonna know more yourself, right? But if it's yoga, if it's swimming, you know, and then you decide, well, what I'm gonna do now? I keep my group to prove I can, you know, I really help those couples to be healthier. All right, you get these points. Okay, you're gonna teach them everything you can. Stretches, you're gonna help them to look online. They are going to do their own exercise, right? Therapeutic exercise at home. Until we have our proper videos, what you're gonna do? You're gonna guide them. You, the teacher, their workout teacher, right? Whichever it is. Always stretching before and after, very gently. Dance classes, all this. So it's really beautiful. Imagine if you start with some couples who are not so healthy, or you know, you got the singles, you can also get group of singles and you stay with them 6 months. So you go over all the process. Of course, you need to watch the videos related to the thing, if it's any. I didn't put any video about yoga, but yoga is the basic. Nothing crazy, you know, those crazy moves or those crazy standing positions. No, we need the basic, the normal, on the floor, on mats, you know, or in the grass, doing regular moves, stretching moves, concentration, very simple words, you know, leading, okay? People have their eyes open, all right? Or they are hearing a music with eyes open, all right? That's for yoga. If it's for single, I have, I think, 2 videos, very long, 2 videos with all details. You're gonna help them, right? Because every community in many countries, a bunch of singles. even those got divorced, came back to parents' house and things like that. Okay? So you get whichever group you get them. If you can, you do the following 6 months to prove you're really great. You're teaching them English. At the end, well, they're gonna say poems, they're gonna do presentations, you know, a little harder English, right? Is that beautiful? If they're swimming at the end of the semester, you're gonna do some competitions for fun. It's not to hurt anybody or to prove anything. It's for fun. Because we're talking about elders, right? Because school is a school. And they can also have competitions, but everything gentle right now. We don't want anybody to get crazy, to get wonderful scores right now, because maybe they don't run for years in their lives, right? So for now, it's everything just as a fun way to enjoy and not, you know, to do workouts as crazy. And we don't want anybody to get hurt. Nobody gonna get hurt. All right? So you get that group, if it's single or English or about the organization or dance classes. Dance is with single or with married. And you take them 6 months. If you can, you take them 6 more months. All right? The singles, what you can do with singles? They already got married. Okay, so the first 6 months, if they're young, you know, you're gonna see if they're gonna start having their babies, if they were operated or not. You know, you're gonna help them according to singles. And after that, they don't need help anymore, right? So some might not come back to a class for the following 6 months, but maybe some is still there, right, with you, helping them, you know, if being with them up to 1 year. That's really reasonable for all singles. The other thing you can do is a team, for example, Saturday. You can do AM or PM. So if you do the garden in the morning, you can offer in the afternoon, or the other way around. You see here? Okay, who is this? 15 to 21 years old. What you gonna offer? Games with their parents close by, looking what you're doing. Offer games for them to know each other, for them to, maybe they don't have a partner yet, you know, to learn about. So these 6 months you can do for sure. But I believe you don't need, no more. That's not an year option, but 6 months, yes, that's really great. Have games. Yeah, you can do for a year, you know, but then gonna be only for those that already have a partner. So you can focus the first 6 months for people to know each other, right? And for them to don't start dating someone, for them to have at least 2 or 4 weeks. Sooner they get someone, of course they get more points, right? But I think up to 4 weeks. All right, okay, then you give a time. In 4 weeks, everyone, we're gonna do everything with partners. And then you do games, different games. Their parents are sitting down, relaxing a little bit, see what you're doing, okay? Just for this age. And then they can dance respectfully. It's to have fun, right? You can do games with questions and answers. You can do simple competitions. You can do 2 groups, right? Many kids, 2 groups playing volley. Let's see who get the best number without dropping the ball, you know. So you do that. You do different games. All right? Okay, here it is. Let's get ready. Get your kitchens organized. Have your meetings. What you gonna have? 2 or 4 freezers, or 2 refrigerators and 2 freezers. Get organized and get going. For sure, the 4 freezers the best option, you know. Why? Because soon as mandatory for everyone to have their salad greens, their own salad, fruits and veggies, okay, and their own chickens. So invest on for freezer for sure is the best option. All right, and 2 refrigerators at the kitchen, that's mandatory. No more, no less. 2 is plenty and enough. Very good. We see you soon. All right, here we are. So everyone needs checklist. So we don't need that word. So who needs a checklist? You're 4 couples. You're trying, working to make 10. You need checklist. Every department director need a checklist. If you're the 4, you need them. If you're the 10, you need them. If you're married parent, you need your checklist. If you are single, you need your checklist. Everyone needs that. Teachers, school principals, business owners, make your checklist for family, for your business. All right, so if you got, for example, here's May, right? May. And then you're already planning for June, right? So here's June, okay? You see there? Sorry, a little tight. May and June. Okay, so you got these 2. What you're gonna do now? You're gonna say, we are passing 2 of these items from May. We couldn't do it. We're gonna do in June. Here's the list already done, organized and ready. So you go over and then you just make it reasonable. How are you gonna do this checklist? Is for family. What is the order? Water, food, shelter, good health, peace and love, education, and a job. Everyone needs a job. All the families, the parents, grandparents need a job. Teens, 18 years old and older, they can also join their parents, work with them at the same location. Okay? All right, so here it is. Have your checklist. As soon as you have consistency. So first we're going to put all in departments. Yeah, from department 1 to department 10. That is how you're going to do your checklist. Okay, so here's an improvement for everyone. Don't do randomly your own order. Do by the department. So what is here? The holidays, the festivals, right? Uniform, headquarters, advertise to other people. That's department 1. What's department 2? Is the family. All right. So if you're on family book, what is the next steps? Everyone is healthy, everyone got school, everyone got English going, everyone got the organization, information going. So department 2, maybe you need 2 pages, that's fine. Department 3, social assistant. Oh no, we don't need, we're okay with food, we're okay with water, we're okay with clothes and shoes, done. And house. Department 4, so that's how you're gonna go. 1, all the items you need. 2, all the items. 3, until it's a reasonable way, right? Not too many, not too little, up to 2 pages. Up to 2 pages, okay? So you're gonna have maybe 4 items, because a page like that you can write, so let's say the page, regular print size papers like that of your notebook, okay? So department 1, right? You can have 4 topics or 2, and then here 2 or 4, right? And then department 2, so you can share the page, right? I'm gonna write just 2, 4 lines, you see? Okay, so if you got 2 points for each, for example here, 2 points and 2 points, that's plenty. Seasonal festival, uniform, holidays, and the headquarters, help the headquarters, right? Because everyone, at the day they get registered with the organization, they become guardians. Everyone 8 years old and older. They become guardians as soon as the organization guardians. And of course, they help the headquarters, okay? All right, so here we are, more updates. So remember, everyone needs a checklist for everything. And when you're doing your voting, So you're gonna do education, what that person study, reference, experience, everything related to the department, you know, or never study anything, or never, you know, they need to know about the organization now, but they study a little bit before. Oh, they count more points. They're in the same areas, different than someone ever, you know, they don't even have experience. They can get the position. Yes, they can. But of course, someone that already work in that area, if they have, for example, bachelors, even better, masters in that area, of course, they're going to have more points. Okay? How was their presentation? Are they good leaders? You know, they're good leaders. They articulate well, they spoke well, not too slow, not too fast, all in English. Yes, they did everything. You understand? Leadership, they seem good leaders during the other work we have been doing on Saturdays or meetings. You see them moving, you see them active, they're communicative, all smiling. So you have a bunch of questions. They complete everything accordingly. Yes. How is their English? Test level 1. Yes. They need level 2. Everyone applying need level 2. Okay. No, sorry. They need level 1. The greetings, the basics, as soon as they can express themselves with this sentence, you know, 2-minute sentence, and they can even memorize the sentence. Okay, they can have flashcards, yes, with the title, but they don't read the flashcards. Their partner, the spouse, can say, all right, health, all right, you know, so they remember the points, you know, 1 or 2 words, okay. Health and education, not health, education, food gardens, and then the person gonna remember what to say. Native trees, you know, the helper can say the titles, and then the person keep talking, 2 minutes or 4 total minutes, that's okay. Level 1 is fine for everyone. If they can do this, that's great. All right. So these people also gonna be talking about problems such as car ticket. You know, they have to answer. They had an accident before or not? Was any substance involved to the situation or not, such as alcohol, drugs, right, or drowsiness from pharmaceutical medication or not. So any car ticket, vehicle ticket, right, police ticket. The other thing, if they were in jail before or not, they cannot be in jail, you know. Yes, they can. Why not? Because some people stole much more, hurt much more people, and they're losing. And some people in jail, you know, are those that, you know, couldn't even escape. So yes, people from jail, yes, they can apply. That's no problem. Everyone can apply. We are going to give priority to the elders, 5 years. For the most elders, okay? And then the following 5 years for the less, but elders as well. So we will give 10 years opportunity for them, 50 to 85 years old, okay? All right, so they give you the car tickets, also their address, police records, and police records under their name is different. Address, when that address for the last 10 years, call the police. Someone that live there, call the police if they have it at their country, right? 10 years enough. And then comes the records on the name of the person. How many times that person called the police for the last 10 years, you know? And with the report, oh, the parent called because the teens were hurting them, or was the other way around? the teen or child called because parents were hurting them, or someone outside, or whichever it is, or to get a dog, trapped in the woods, or, whichever it is, because some people even get cats from trees. They call the police for those things, right? But that's not right. Okay, so you're gonna have the records on your address that you live for the last 10 years. Try to track those houses, and the name, your own name for the last 10 years. Okay, so all this combined, you also need license. Which license you have? Oh, I have plumbing. Oh, I have electricity in my country. Oh, I have license to watch kids, little kids. I have license to teach. Of course, at your own country, what you already have. Okay? For now, these 10 department directors now, that's fine. That is what you have now at own country. They accept, okay, because then you're gonna make an agreement that you're gonna get our test stuff. But for this first, we're gonna start as soon as possible, right now. So already start on August 24th to already, announce all these 10 department directors already approved. Okay, so hurry up. That is fine. As soon as they write a sentence at there, like a document, and we agree that if we win, right, we will study and take tests for all extra needed information for the department we are applying for. Okay? All right. For everything, electricity, plumbing, teaching, everything, security, all right? Even for social assistance. All right, so basically is that, okay? We are not doing anything related to radio. We don't need any radio, we're not using radio. Just keep a set or two, lock it. In case we need for something, we're gonna let you know afterwards. Lock. What we are going to do, instead of fire drill, we are going to practice emergency drill. Where, how, and for what reasons? Okay, we know that nobody gonna have items for fire, but if they happen, we need a plan. We know that every family gonna help each other, food, water, everything, but if somebody get crazy, right, we need to have a plan, right? We need to have a plan. So, at schools, residential communities, business owners, city office, everywhere, we need to have a plan. For what? Any emergency. Okay? So, you're gonna practice. It's called drill. So, and we're gonna use the word. So, fire drill. Where everyone gonna go? Emergency drill for weather. It's a great storm. Everyone was outside. The roof flew away. I don't know. We need to practice. It's all right. We need to practice. Might be the same exact location everyone gonna go. Maybe not. They stay at their own classroom or their own location, their own apartment. So, but it's weather. Weather, we don't need this word. Weather drill, fire drill. For mean people is a word I can't remember right now, but it's also a drill. Crazy or mean, it's for a person. It's a mean, or upset person. It's crazy, hurt everyone, or is throwing furniture around, or has a gun, or whichever it is. It's for a person. It is a drill. We need to practice different situations in different moments. So this way we are safe. But, not to keep talking too much. You practice 2 times, tell the kids, and focus in not 4 different ones. You can do only 2 different ones at those schools. Otherwise, it's going to be too hard for them to say. So you have to use these words. Fire drill, run, 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 let's go, Go where? All right, you already know. You already have your practices, okay? Who's gonna do this? The 4 couples can start. You can change a few things after, that's fine. And the 10 department directors, for sure, they're gonna do more. You get points if you get this done here. Anywhere you are working, you get points. Everything's points, right? So, fire, weather, person, and here is the building. The building drill. So it's a problem with the building. It's not a mean person, okay? So who knows? Maybe, you got a flood or is a snake in a classroom, okay? So I think that's the best word. Fire, weather, mean person, right? And the building. Okay, a building drill. Where are you gonna hide? And then they're gonna ask, what is it, teacher? And then you're gonna say, it's a snake. All right, then they know already. They have to go on the top of their desks, table, and sit and wait, right? And then grab their chair so the floor is clear. You understand? So, what is it, teacher? And then the teacher gonna give a specific on what it is. All right? Or it can be outside. It's a snake. So where they're gonna run? Inside their classroom. And someone else, the teacher gonna say, we saw the snake, this color, this location. All right, then other people gonna go there look. Okay, because you not going with little kids looking for a snake. But if they're older, mid and high school, makes sense. You can go and find the snake, and you quickly somebody gonna get boots to really kill that snake with rubber boots on. So you saw a snake, the teacher quickly say, John, Mary, go quickly, get tall rubber boots and the snake cutter, so they run, they get one set for one, a set for the other, and the teacher already know who is the best couple to trust, right? Or fine, get 2 boys, they run faster and they're gonna kill that snake, so they get 2 boots and they get 2 snake cutters, different types, some is they grab the snake and some it's already like a machete. Just figure out, okay, according to what is the plan. Okay, so basically it's this. So we have four drills to practice. With the kids, avoid doing something that you're not really sure yet, okay? You can wait, because the kids always gonna be somebody. But, according to reality, if you're in a rural area, my friends, practice the fire, practice the weather, practice them in person, and practice a snake or something else. Rural areas or places close to woods, right? Be safe. Or a big spider came in and it's not a friendly one. Anything. If you are close to areas with alligators, crocodiles, anything, if you are outside, another thing can be like wasps flying by, mean African bees, honeybees, they're African, they're mean, bad. So all these things you have to figure out what to do, how to do, and run away from it, right? Or stay where you are and lift the chairs of the classrooms and leave the floor clean, nothing on the floor. the teacher gonna say, John, Mary, go get this, all right? Or Paul and John, go do this, right? The teacher needs to have on their head and already practice with those that teacher trusts the most. And is no points given or points taken, because we don't want the teacher always to be calling, different ones, right? The teacher gonna call the whole year, the ones that they believe, the main teacher, he or she is the main teacher for situations like that. It's not the spouse, it's the main teacher, the one that have bachelors in education, masters in education, right? Already taught before. The helper is the helper. The main teacher is the main teacher, male or female. Okay, so you practice these drills, and of course, you, the teacher, bring the subject. Say, look, Miss Goiana is asking us for us to do this. Even that we're just 4, we can start. Shall we do it? Yeah, let's say a few words. What's the best? So you talk about 1 or 2 weeks. What's the best? And then everyone gonna do exactly the same according to the age. All right? So if you're kindergarten, see a snake, what you gonna do? You scream, right? Or one, step back. The kids step back. All right, you got that part done. So one teacher bring the kids inside the classroom, and the other teacher stay there. All right, you got that. 2 teachers, right? They're spouses. What's next? Who is the person that's gonna get what? The boots and the 2 snake cutters or grabbers. 2 snake grabbers. Who? So you, teacher, need to get that organized, right? So this is right. One teacher went inside. So the leader, the teacher leader, can go inside or stay here. Probably the man stay here, right? If the man is really courageous and is strong and active, all right, you can count on that man, right? Otherwise, the woman stay here, the man go inside. No, the better is the woman go inside the kids and the man stay here. All right. So the leader, teacher, if she's a female, she's gonna say, kids, attention, snake, stop. Whichever they're doing, they stop. That's the basic of everything. All these drills is stop and listen. Okay, they stop and listen. All right, all of you come inside with me right now, and then I'm gonna say, Paul, John, go quick to the office and ask someone to come with boots and bring the snake cutter or the snake grabber. All right, they just bring the message. They're kindergarten kids. 3 years old, 4, 5, 6 years old are not going to cut any snake, even up to end of 5th grade, right? They are not doing that, but they can run fast. The teacher gonna call those, they are sure have good shoes. They're not going to trip. They learn how to not trip anywhere, in the grass or in a pebble or in a rock. They're not falling down for running too fast. They're right at the door of the person in charge, the front office. That front office already gets someone themselves, right? A couple probably, right? And is right there. They know where it is, okay? If the front desk is too far away, who they gonna call? This kindergarten. Preschools are not too big. Always the front desk. And it's right there. 2 sets of boots and 2 cutters, or 1 cutter and 1 grabber. Snake. All right, because we have to be careful, snakes. And also scorpions and weird negative poisonous spiders or wasps flying by, a swarm of African bees. We have to be smart. Okay, so that leader teacher say, attention, kids, in a stronger voice. I'm not saying too strong because it's kind of late here. It's almost midnight. All right, attention, kids. All right, stop and listen. Okay, they stop and listen. All the kids come with me right now. Paul and John, go to the front desk, ask them to come with boots and the snake items, so they know it's a snake. The spider items, they know it's a spider. Okay? All right? Very good. That's how we're gonna do it. Okay? So they know already. They just say, bring the items for snake. Bring the items, the boots and items for snake. The boots and items for spider. You know? So it's very clear. We know who is doing what is doing. The cameras from far away gonna see that two people with white boots, not dark blue, dark brown or black, no, white or clear color, clear blue, clear green, that's okay. From far away, see who is doing, who is helping, how many minutes it took. So you have to practice, okay? And then the teacher, after saying, Paul, John, go, and say, my husband, you stay here and give me the report after. And that teacher go, done. You know, so you have a sentence for these kids, come with me home. Paul, John, go to the office now. Husband, stay here and give me the report. You know, for that husband to really make it happen. With pictures, report, what's report? Pictures, videos, get ready, the helpers are coming. If it's an older class, 6th grade and above, they go get the boots themselves, they have to learn. They already get, okay, boots and snake items, boot and spider items. No boots for bees. Okay, so bee items, whichever it is, right? Maybe no items at all, right? If it's a swarm, let them be. So you're not calling, you're not doing anything. You're just gonna stay inside, let them find the location. Then you're gonna put spray or smoke, right? Okay. So here, quickly she said, and give me the reports. When you're doing the drill, what you're gonna do? The husband of that teacher need to take pictures and make a short video, short video, okay? And pay attention. It's important to listen the sound because this won't happen again, right? You can't, if you didn't record the video, you lost everything. So make sure that red little dot is on your cell phone, okay? Record the whole entire thing. Don't make breaks, okay? And I said pictures, but not pictures in the middle, you know? After you can take a picture of these two helpers, you know, they smile by the location they killed the animal, with the animal on the floor or holding like in a stick. They're really dead, right? The head is off, you show the head, the body, okay? All right. And also, for animals, wild animals, also it's an emergency. You know, some places might have bears, some places might have a raccoon inside the property. You know, so we have to be careful. Rats, we have to be careful. Cockroaches, you know, if it's one a month, you see one, that's okay. But if you see quite a few, it's not good. Everything that's not healthy needs to go. All right? And then, of course, elementary kids can help with regular spiders, anything that's regular, but poisonous, harmful, they go inside, they're safe. They're not helping to catch any raccoon, right? A 6th grade and above, okay? Or bear, or a fox, or, you know, a wild dog or a wild cat. They go inside, they run inside and lock the door. The other thing is that everyone at all times need the door locked. And all the doors gonna have a little mirror to see who is outside, okay? But also Yeah, we right now you just do the best you can. You need the mirror. You know that little mirror? That little tiny thing you need at your door, the little mirror, but don't cut the doors that already don't have the cuts. Why? People gonna look inside to see if it's people or not over the cameras. They don't need to go to the doors to avoid anybody from outside, such as anybody crazy in the neighborhood to jump those 2 meters wall or fence, right? And be checking, have kids here or not, have teens here or not. So you close, if you have one of those, usually they're 10 by 20 more or less, they're rectangle like that. You can see in and you can see out. Block it and put on a side this small, round, regular viewer. Only from the inside can see who is outside, okay? Because as I said, security, the 10 department directors and the security helpers are checking cameras all the time. It's mandatory for every classroom to have 2 cameras, and test them every month, on first and second business day of the month. Check the camera, have people passing, check. Oh, yes, they're working, okay? All right. So you close that, put a piece of paper, and a tape, just block that entirely and have this small one and you're done. Okay, for you to get good points for your class for basic checkup. And here for this drill, I said the basic now, and volunteers, please improve everything. And people in charge of the plants, so let me say some words here about plants and natives. This department, they also need to know about poisonous and venomous animals, right? Reptiles and insects, and poisonous plants. They need to know. Also drugs, right? They need to know from the area what grows there. It grows marijuana or not, poppies, everything that's related to drugs, that is not authorized, okay? Also plants with thorns, so they know what it is, and in case they see for cleaning up or not, they know what to do. Venomous reptiles, insects, which one are deadly. That's the first thing they have to learn for their test. Which one is the worst on that area, on their state. Everything is related to their state. If they are, of course, too close to the border of another country, another state, of course, they're going to learn, that region. Okay, so they get a half here, a half there. Makes sense, right? Okay, and they will be probably the same animals. Okay, so that's the first thing. Who is deadly? If a bite can kill a person, that's the first thing to learn. Who is deadly? Can cause death. And then the second thing, who is harmful. Okay, so please, volunteers, already organize our classes this way, for them to check deadly. They list them all, have a picture. Harmful, list them all, have a picture. And these pictures also in flashcards and pages, a printout, colorful, for the kids to learn. They're playing a game, they're already learning something useful. And for the department director of plants and natives, it's mandatory. All right, here it is, Goiana Ferreira from Florida with more updates for all of us. Get ready, today is May 18th, 2023. And this is for our next video. It's coming up soon. All right, get all those videos from me and start typing them all. They're the most recent updates. Here it is. We see you soon. Let's get ready for our organization Launch It Day. Alright, so I said a few words about animals, right? Poisonous animals, deadly animals. You also have to do about plants. Some plants hurt a lot in different continents, different countries, right? By touch, such as poisonous ivies and quite a few others. Alright, after that, the deadly ones, what it comes? Harmful. Harmful here. The harmful, I don't know where I wrote, so let's make here. So first is about the deadly, right? The ones that can cause death, right? And then the ones that are harmful for animals and for plants. For animals and for plants, right? You need to have those 4 lists with pictures, make cards, you know, or put them beside each other for the kids to learn, you know, because older kids, they're going to be passing, they're going to help also to clean up areas, right? Maybe they have to take some bushes out to plant others. They're going to, you know, parents, kids help the parents, right? Parents go to state parks, national parks, to clean up some areas. We need to learn about this and wear proper equipment. So if this is a state park, we need to do some route, you know, whichever they believe, always clockwise, right? To clean up that area, aerate the soil, put mulch, put bacteria, everything they can, pieces of animals, right, for bacteria. What else? And water. You know, maybe aerate the soil one more time or not before they put this bacteria. They need to treat the whole route. You know, state and national parks, before they leave, they're not leaving state and national parks just with the plants, because many countries have the idea to keep what is there, don't touch, but that we already learned that's not the right. The right is to have biodiversity. Take fruits out, nuts out, any edible out of any type. You take all these things out, and what you're going to plant? Native trees supporting bushes that are not edible at that route. When the aerator tractors gonna be doing, they're gonna be doing a thick lane, right? A thick lane. Or here's the lane. Okay, here it's compacted, all right? So here is for the water trucks. Make sense? Here is for it's compacted road, right? So the tractors aerating the soil, they're gonna pass this way here, this side, and this side, right? Make sense? Okay, whichever way they're going after. But the center, you have to point the center. How are you gonna do with flags? So you get 2 meter tall stacks or 1 meter. 1 meter is fine. If it's far away, straight, you know, you can do 2 meters more far away, you know, every 10 meters, for example, or 1 meter tall, you know, and here's 2 meters tall, all right, with a flag of the opposite color of the you know, for sure not green, right, whichever the reality of your state or national park. So, and you're gonna put those, if it's straight, you know, I think every 50 meters is fine. If straight, every 50 meters. If it's curved, more, right? If curved, needs more. And then you see, maybe it's curved here, then it's straight, or maybe straight and then curved, okay? Just if it's reasonable, that's plenty. So, here you compact, you choose the route, how gonna be, where gonna be, where you need, because you're gonna take these trees out, or maybe there's not even trees at all, right? Some state parks, national parks, they value other things, the river or the valley, or sometimes not plants, okay? Some are even desert, right? A semi-arid land or desert, yeah. So you're gonna choose. Who gonna choose? Whichever is there in charge still. You still the old people in charge, or you're already the 4, or you're already the 10, okay? You have to start, So here you're the previous. You have 2 days clean up. You clean up, you don't do that, okay? You don't do this planning. But yes, if you're 4 or if you're 10, yes, you do this planning. And they will catch up, whichever, or make any little adjustment. But you start planning, start getting contract, with or purchase or rent, those tractors, because those tractors can be doing a state or national park in the morning, but in the afternoon they can do farms every day. They come because they have to keep going. And then you're gonna what? Take those trees out from that route, turn into mulch and put on these lanes, right? The side lanes. Okay, so all this is very important. You have to be really organized. You see my feet? All right, here we are working. Oh, it's getting late, but let's work a bit more to get things done. All right, so the center is the compacted lane until the last day, 1 year, 2 years, whichever it is. After the last planting, you need to water for 6 months, every day or 2 or 4 times a week. The sides of this route, this chosen route, it's where you're gonna aerate. So tractors compacting, they're gonna do this job first, then you put the flags, right? And then you already know where it is, okay? And put all the flags you need. Just get pieces of, and put in an opposite color. All right, very good. So what you do, the tractors are aerating the soil. They go here, keep going, right? Whichever is your route. Okay, both sides, they go one complete side, and then always left, right? If you're going this way, right? So left first, right afterwards. Okay? All right, and in the afternoon, they can be doing farms. Next day, they come back, do a bit more, or you just do everything the whole week, morning, afternoon, and then they do the other week, they go. You don't need them anymore. So, so you're gonna see what is the best and who gonna take those trees out from this main lane, this compacted road. They're gonna stay there until the end. You see? Who gonna take the trees? People gonna cut them down. You just leave the roots there, and then you get those machines that take the root, like you can leave 1/2 meter, right? And paint them white, the side where they walk, so the company, when they come, they know where they're located. Just paint a little bit, right? Or you put a flag by those stumps. Don't leave stumps too short. Always leave 1/2 meter and paint or put a flag. That's a hazard area, for trucks, for tractors. You need or the flag or paint in white according to that route. And of course, it's forbidden to go the route the other way. Always clockwise, always from left to the right. Clockwise, always. So never ever people gonna crash to each other, because you know it comes always this way. They can work together, yes, as soon as the flags are there. The first day it's aerate, simple aeration, you know, move the grass around, and then you need people walking to take those pieces of grass maybe out. They look ahead of time of cactus, you know, don't crumble up cactus with regular trees, because they're gonna be a mess, okay? Because we don't want, some cactus have bad thorns, you have to remember, thick, hard, you know, and we are going to have regular boots, you know, we're not going to have super boots, okay? So take the cactus first, you know, and everything you do and your supporting team, you as the 4 couples, you get points, get things going while you wait for them. You know, might be 8 or more weeks for them to be approved. Get going, you in charge, you got those people, you made a dogma, invite everyone, so you're in charge of that park, that farm, whichever it is. Okay, so on the sides, you take and the center, take the cactus out, and then you take the trees out. Which one is really needed, how far that's gonna be like related 1 lane or 2 lanes, how far the water of this water truck you have can reach. Here can reach 4 meters or can reach 8 meters from the base here, okay? So you have to see 4 meters or 8 meters. Which water tractor you're gonna get, all right? Get them scheduled, you know. People can open companies with water truck, you know, so they can rent them, right? So with proper schedule, what is needed, daily or every other day or every morning or every afternoon. And of course, some places morning and afternoon, right? Okay. So you did that, you're good. All right. So you're gonna aerate both sides, and then you're gonna get some animals, crumble them up, you know, and put a little bit and mulch and hay, everything you can. All right. You're doing good, you know. So you turn their own trees into mulch, okay? And aerate, prepare the soil, because it's green matter. So if it's green matter, you have to wait before you plant. But the trees, the nursery, it's here, you know. So you're ready planting at what? Your neighborhood, right? Or at the park itself, whichever it is. If they have a building there, it's easy to you to go every day or not. They're just gonna go people with those tractors and trucks, and the plants gonna be at the schools and your own residential community, because there's where most people are gonna take care of them. And then you bring them when they're 1 meter tall and plant about every 4 or 5 meters one. Not always straight, you cannot do always straight, you need a pattern such as like this. You know, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up and down. Different species, but more or less like that, you know. 4 or 5 meters from each other. Okay, some taller, some shorter, some taller. You see, you're gonna mix, you have to mix. And then, after planting them, 1 meter tall trees, you know, and then go some bushes here, a little grass there, right? Herbs. Herbs is the only edible we can plant, because they're not going to survive in the woods anyways. But for this beginning, it's good, you know, for the nutrition. Herbs, that's all right. Nothing else, okay? As food-wise, all right? But for this beginning, it's good for pollinators. So gonna be a big variety of things, but you cannot plant food at the areas we want to live. Okay, so very good. We talk about state parks, national parks, or farms, rural areas, all gonna be doing the same exact thing. All right, do the best you can. Find your route, compact your route, put the flags, and on both sides you're gonna plant trees. Okay? All right. That's how we're gonna do it. And if needed, and then you're gonna come back closer, this route, gonna come back closer, so side to side you can water them or not. Maybe gonna come a little more further. You have to make your plan according to your reality. Okay? If you bring extra soil, bring some extra soil to help. What do you have close by? You have good nutrients, or you have cow manure, or you have chicken poop, right? What do you have? Okay? So yes, you can use synthetic fertilizers. Yes, you can use. You can use in here a little bit, and you can mix them here. Liquid, granules, just read the instruction and apply accordingly. How deep you're doing? I believe you have to do 1 meter deep. This aeration, the soil aeration, this green part I made here, 1 meter deep. For you to aerate the soil, because even that those trees gonna be small, but some, they do have a deep root, right? And they need to find soft soil. So if it's dirt, you have to do it. If it's sand, you have to make it good, of about 1 meter. Mix mulch, bring more mulch, more mulch, more mulch. If it's a state or national park that does not have trees, you bring from another county, another city, right? Which one is the closest? Because you need a lot of mulch, and then what? You're gonna wait for if you have canopy in green or not, a lot. You need the soil to be good for planting. So you can't just cut a lot of canopies, shred them up, put all those greens here and say it's ready that you mix. No, you need dry leaves, dry bark, right? You need dry things. You need cow manure that will already be broken down, okay? All these things you have to think about, okay? So what is better? Get the mulch and dry separate, get the hay, dry separate, get the cow manure, make them, how you call, forgot now, dry, right? Everyone separate so you can manage them, or you just gonna do everything and wait for 2 months and keep watering. What you gonna do? All right, make a plan according to your reality and follow through. You make it happen, you do it, okay? All right, so here it is with more updates for state park, national parks, farms, and rural areas. Here it is, Goiana Ferreira from Florida. One more update for our proposal, international constitution for all countries to be exactly the same. For what? For a better humanity and a better planet. All right, very good. We see you soon. All right. The other thing here is for 10 department directors applying to be, the 10, they need the minimum proficiency and skills, the levels that I said for English, for the organization. You just follow the instructions of those papers, right? The forms, the evaluation forms, that's how they're called. All right? Okay, very good. And for every country, you have to say what is the law. For example, to teach preschool, elementary, middle school, high school, or to be electrician or plumber. Okay, so you're gonna say, I have you applying, you, the 10 department directors applying for every position. So what you're going to do? You're going to say, according to my country, you say the name of the country, I'm good, I'm authorized to do electricity, this level, that level, because electricity on a house is different than electricity on an entire building, for example. Or as I said, take care of preschool might be very different than take care of teach high school, right? Students. All right? So you're going to say, I am, all this documentation you see right here for you to put on your family records book and at your YouTube channel, you're going to say what you're going to do. So you're going to say, I'm okay with my state and country. Because like United States is not the same. One state is different than another state. So, and they might require different things. So you're going to be really clear. I'm okay to do this or that at my state and at my own country. You see? At the state we live at and our own state and own country. All right? Very good, very clear. That's for every applying 10 department directors, They're going to have their evaluation form and they have to say also about their work, previous work, if they were leaders or assistant at, previous work. So you have to be very clear. All right? Okay, here we are. Let's go. So when people will be doing their evaluation, so here's just, I have no time to go over details, but just we're going to use some of that. We're going to use some of this as you see here, okay? Because some, not related to the class I took, but related to our work, but they're good ideas, okay? So we don't need this, all right? Sign off here, it's for the points. Every presentation they have points before they sign out, from the building. So they turn in that paper. Before they turn in, they get a pen, and go over what they really cross, okay? So they won't have pen and pencil on their hands. People will have a clipboard, okay, and then they count in front of everybody. And a meeting, you have everybody in a circle, right? That people that were, so it's like this, the auditorium or the meeting room, right? The presenter and here the audience, right? Okay, that is fine. Then you make a circle with everyone and you get a page, count, pass. So everyone gonna see, always clockwise, gonna see the paper in their hand, so they have to be honest right there. Everyone sitting, those 20 evaluators, gonna see the evaluation of the others and have a little look. Good, I agree, pass. Yeah, good, I agree, pass. So nobody gonna give any crazy answer, too bad or too good, right? They have to be what it is, honest. Okay, so that calls what? Print out, it's return, right? And the points, for points to be counted. All right, and the simulation of our emergency drills. So if they're applying for teachers, okay, they already joined one of those classes, okay, yes, they did. They're applying to be a principal, they did. They need to do all these drills and be with someone. They're applying to work right there as a principal, as a teacher, right? They're applying to be something at the school. They need to join those drills, all right? Okay, and the residential community the same way. When the drill is going to be done? Saturday. So residential communities, right? The same way for fire, for a mean person, always those same exact drills, yes, at the residential community, but fast. You explain, get it done, you know. Fire, fire, everyone knows where to run. Fire, fire, and where they have to practice, at the garden and at the cafeteria, the clubhouse, right? Fire, fire, run, fire drill, fire drill. They know what to do, okay? For wasps and African honeybees, you're gonna say insects, run, something like that. Let's do wasp or similar, run, wasp or similar, run, okay? Even that's African bees. And it's mandatory for you to have the pen, you know, 2 pens. Every school, every residential community, everyone with land, you know, a farm, a state park, national parks, always 2. If you use your 2, you know, because rarely you're gonna use. But if you use 1, you already purchase another. Always 2 in this first aid kit, you know, for allergies. Is called the insect pen, something like that. You inject the pen and it's a liquid there gonna help the person, you know, to survive, because some people are really allergic to some insects. Okay, so you do these drills exactly the same. Fire drill, weather drill, mean person drill, and the building drill, okay? So, fire drill, weather drill, mean person drill, building drill. All of them are drill. Okay? All right. So everyone needs to practice those drills at their own location. They're already helping there, right? They're not strangers. All these 10 department directors are not strangers. At schools, middle and high school, that's okay to have strangers. They're capable, you know, they have cameras watching them, they have good reference, 4 references, they have, you know, everything you're asking. They have experience, they have bachelors or masters, they already taught, the main teacher already taught. Sure, go ahead, hire them. You have cameras, you're gonna be looking them inside, outside, what they do, how they do, right? But not for preschool and elementary. Just to be safe is one more step to be safe, right? If really nobody else around that speak English, then it's okay. Because the parents gonna be helping this teacher, preschool, parents gonna be helping the elementary kids. All these extra classes, parents gonna be, or grandparents, mandatory for preschools and for elementary to have what? Parents or grandparents present, teaching something, helping something, anything, okay? All right, because this is a way for us to know where our little children are. And if you really need, even elementary, but start with the 5th and 4th graders, no more. You need people. Everybody can, you know, all countries. Teachers learn quick English, and people that you already know gonna take the positions for the preschool and elementary school. You go to 4th and 5th to strangers, only really needed, nobody else speak English, because they need to hurry up in English. But other than that, they stay people that you know, your neighborhood, you know, people that you already know from your county, okay? Yeah, I think it's reasonable, what? Depends. Some people you know them for 10 years and you don't know much about them, right? And some people you know for 1 year you already talk a lot, you did many things together, you know they're honest, respectful, polite, kind, right? So you're just gonna see the balance. But I guess 1 year, right? 1 year. For the little ones, all right? The best you can. Okay, so here we are with all the drills. Get ready, practice, make the route they have to go for each one. Age, what you do. Make the straight command sentence. You, this and this, do that. You, this and this, do that. Always the main teacher, the one have masters, the one have bachelors is the main teacher, man or woman, right? And that is the person that gonna call for a drill, all right? And of course, it's the man in the future. So a real case, so a real snake, you know, it's not going to say, oh, my wife, tell the kids I saw a snake, it's right this way. No, and then he gonna come, you know, fire drill, go, go, something like that, all right? Instead of telling the wives to tell the students. No, you don't need that. But for the fire drill, it's always the one main teacher that have the bachelors, right? You know, and not the spouse, whichever is male or female. Okay, here we are, some more updates for all of us. Okay, so this page we're gonna check afterwards because we don't have time, and here from this page we're gonna check afterwards. But these parts, you know, we're gonna check things the person did, we're gonna write, we're gonna talk about, they're gonna say about their previous life, what they did, and they're gonna have details at their YouTube account, okay? For very negative things, such as jail, stealing, all these things, they have to be honest, right? Okay? All right? What they did, because, my friends, let's be realistic. We have thousands of people live in places that they have bad habits. They use drugs, they used to steal, you know. So what we're gonna do? People just need to be honest. For very negative things, they don't say, they just have their own YouTube account, a video talking about, right? We have to do that. What can we do? You know, but they're gonna be positive and say, but they have to be healthy, they have to have all the other practice, and of course you're not going to get those people if you have others better than them, right? But if it's one or another did something bad, you know, it's better to have a YouTube account than hide, right? So at least you know what they are, how they are. And of course, to be reasonable, what they did and where they're going to work. They're going to work at a thrift store, that's fine. Not many people, no kids alone, you know what I mean? What they did before. You know, if they did sexual abuse 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we can't stay there on the negative. Remember, I told you we're going to forward and, you know, make life better. But people that have problems with children, of course, you know, they're not going to work at school. But they can work at the thrift store, right? They can work at those better locations. But they can, if they did sexual abuse or all these things, right? If they kill someone, they can't work at state and national parks, right? So anything that, you know, to don't favor them, even to think about, right? Okay, you keep that person with people, You know, instead of being alone, depressed, you know what I mean? You have to keep people that need people, you put them in places that have people coming in, coming out, restaurant, keep them busy, their mind busy in what? In positive things, makes sense? All right? And not at schools or parks that don't have many visitors, okay? All right, for them to be busy every single minute of the day, because this also help people to get out of drugs, help people to get out of situations. Because our focus now is what? The elders for 5 years and then 5 years again. The elders. So they can have chances, because the young gonna have chances anyways. They have 40, 30, 40 years to have their chances. But the elders, they don't, okay? So I focus on elders for this first 2 sets, right? And the other thing we don't say for a long time, it's the females, right? So as soon as we have for government, the new government leaders, gonna be all females for the first 5 years, and then all of them for males for the following one. The female is the main one, who is the president, is the female, and then the husband will be the assistant. And on these 5 years is the opposite way. Who is the government leader? You see? And for every position, school principal, not the class teacher, because that we're gonna focus on the bachelors, who has the class, okay? But for the principal we can do, because you know, yeah. So all the 10 department directors, the main person for this first 5 years is gonna be females. Why females, you ask? Why females first? Because most countries of the planet right now have males in leading position. They have males. So what we're gonna do? We give the priority to females. So as soon as we are ready to announce them. So they're gonna do their 2 years course with the headquarters, right? And then we're gonna announce them. The city mayor, county mayor, state governor, and country president, right? All in the same day, same time on a January, you know, after the end of this 2-year course, okay? This 2-year course. All right, 5 years, the female is the leader and the husband is the assistant. And here the males are the leader and the female are the assistants. All right? Okay, very good. And we're gonna do all this. We're gonna review, check. When you finish checking your forms, you go back and you review. Then you go sit at the table that you're gonna use a pen. All right? Okay. Now I'm gonna show you a very quick example how our evaluation can be. Can have 2 lines like that, can have many like that, can have the numbers, you know. We're still thinking if we're gonna use Roman numbers, only up to 20 for titles, you know. So for now it's okay, up to 20 for needed titles only. So they will be different than other numbers. So I think we can use the Roman numbers, you know, like for the Constitution itself. So let's put 40, okay? I think that's plenty, right? Okay? So, and then we're gonna tell you if we have a code or not, and you know, everything. The other thing is every security gonna have flashcards. They pull up and they have to follow. Some of them they put on an empty box. And some of them gonna say that, put this card back into place, you know, all right? Put this card on a clean box, a new box for the following week. All right, Okay, so they have different routes to follow. That's why. Okay, so here it is, just an example of what we can do. And, you know, so we can have questions, answer, also people do inspections at any place. They're gonna have lists like that, okay? So basically it's like that. So, you know, just for you to have an idea. So you're also gonna have a brief description so it can fit 2 lines in 1 centimeter like this one, you know, for some forms. So we're gonna have all the forms like this for now, and then we see a better word for that, okay? Such as attachment. I think attachment is better instead of appendix. Shall we move? Okay, so let's already make the improvement. We are not using the word appendix. We are using the word attachment. Okay? Yes. All right, and here's no. Okay? All right, here we are. Very good, with some more updates for all of us. And here it is. We see you soon. Let's get ready. Okay, so now, teachers, for anything, you film your students, you know, your first explanation, right? That first 5 minutes of your first class, you know. You also can film a little bit about the planning, the day, the first day they can register, you know, can be the same day or a different day. You know, you make a records and have, it's like a business, consider business those classes. All right, so you're not going to have your family book full of things, name of your students, attendance list. It's considered a business, even that's just a simple class. Okay, and then from that point on, you can use or you can give to the next teacher going to be teaching that class. All right. Okay, if you move or if you decide to teach something else, and you're gonna also record your students' notebook. Very neat, organized, not like this, of course. That's just my class to volunteers watching. Okay, but anyways, let's get organized, and you video their faces, the table, if it's inside, outside, where you teach in that class, right? Okay, and you record them doing the class, yoga, running, dancing, okay, game time, whichever it is, because if you're good, you can also offer those 20 minutes game for what? How many families would come? Simple games, you know. You can have, for example, you make 2 groups with mix. You know, here, for example, can be, just to start quickly, you can put mothers and girls, you know, their own girls. And here you can put all the fathers, grandfathers, and all the boys. All right, so quickly they set up. You can do that for the entire semester. So you start with 2 quick teams, and then what you're gonna do? You know, you can do running, you can do simple running, right? You know, go, come back. So they get the first mom, the first family here, the same family here, go, come back, go, come back. Probably the boy's gonna win, but it's a fun game, so they might go slowly just to be funny, so they can win sometimes. The other thing you can do, everybody put their hand up like that, you know, and they tap their hands. So everyone get their right hand to be tapped. And somebody from the other team comes, sing a song. The end of the song, they quickly run back, and the last person try to touch the person's shoulder, this boy's shoulder, before they go to their land. Their land means their area, right? These girls cannot pass this line, you know, because if they pass, they will stay there. You know, if they didn't touch the person before, you know, they have to stop right here, and then what they're gonna do, that person that came gonna touch everyone right hand. singing this song, and start right there where that person came in that could not touch, or if they touch, that boy start to be part of this team. If this girl going this way touch the boy's shoulder, before he passed the line, so he will come here. All right, so she comes here and she start right there where this hose was, right, for the boy to come to his same location or to this area, if that's better, one or the other is fine. So she start right there, right here, and keep going. All right, da 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 da, finish the song, and she has to go fast for the last note of the song, last syllable, right? So she already look, turn, prepare her legs, right? Prepare her legs like that, to really run fast this way, right? And if the boy touches her, so if it's, for example, the finish in a tall teenager, and maybe she's 8 years old, you just make it funny. I'm gonna get you, but in a respectful way. Okay, oh, don't believe I didn't get her, and let her pass, even that he's a tall, huge, almost 2-meter tall teenager, right? And maybe she's 8 years old, So you do this game in a fun way. Parents are looking their own children, looking the others, learning their names, everything in English. So what you need, one simple song, and that's it. People with their hands, so you don't need no balls, nothing. But you can make 2 circles of volleyball every day. You don't even need court for that. You can get a simple ball, not the regular volleyball that you can do. You can also do 2 little teams of basketball. Put a little ring, a little basket there. Sew the net in crochet, so the ring is a metal, but you can sew that in crochet. One of the mothers or grandmothers can do this netting, All right, and what you do, you just need a little parking lot, and they can play. You can put one across the other here, one across the other there, or just one side. You can have the volley here. So you have different activities. You have things like that, or you can do like relay races. All right, run and pass the stick to your family members. So the mother goes, come back, give to the daughter. The daughter goes, give to the next mother. Mother, daughters, mother, you go in order. Actually, it's grandmother, mother, and the other girls. Grandmother, mother, the other girls. And keep going in order. And the boy's father is grandfather, so it's grandfather first, father second, and any boys, right? The boys they have. And see who is the very last. So you can do different games, different ways, simple to do. Everyone get their 20 minutes every day. So people are having dinner, right? So you have 5 to 7 is dinner time. You have 4 different dinners, right? 5 to 7 p.m., right? Okay, so when you're going to start this game, you don't wait 7 o'clock, right, for the last family to eat and finish, wash their dishes. No, you can start right here. So 5 people that are already at the community, they can already start eating, right? Or those that came from the preschool. I think that 5 o'clock dinner, 2 hours. You don't need 2. Yeah, you need 2 hours. You need 2 hours, 30 minutes each meal, right? Meal and getting up time. Okay, so 5 o'clock, let me think, because families need to eat together, right? So let's think how we're gonna do that. Yeah, I think you do the preschool, but then families cannot eat together. It's okay. 5, yes, preschool. Why? Because not every family have little kids and teenagers, right? Okay, so 5 to 6, you have 2 teams, team 1, team 2, for preschool kids. And here is for preschool and, 5:30, they can pick up, yes, they can pick up their children 5:20, so they can start eating at 6. Okay, so let's leave 5 to 6 for preschools, right? New couples or pregnant women, everyone up to 7 years old, more or less, right? Preschool. Yeah, because probably they're not in first grade yet. Okay, sorry, we can't go over all the details right now, have no time. But anyways, to be reasonable, if you need more families at this 5:30 to 6 as the second dinner, okay, who lives the closest? All right, so will be the preschool and elementary, So fill elementary kids just to fill that up, and then the others come, 6 to 7. Those with what? Middle school and high school. Something like that. The only adjustment is here for elementary that goes this way or before 6 o'clock they eat, or they eat 6 o'clock going on. So here's elementary. Make sense? They just pick up their kids a little early, 5:20. Those families that have only kids until 4th grade, 5th grade, right? And leave the biggest kids for later, right? So they really stay at school till 10 to 6. Perfect. 10 minutes they're home. They can jog, they can go by themselves, right? If they are a good group of people, will be 2 parents with them, but they can bring 10, 20 kids home, right? They need 2 parents running, jogging with them home. 10 minutes they are there, 6 o'clock sharp, they can start eating, right? Every school gonna be really close by. Okay, very good, something like that. But for sure, till 5:45, they can stay at school because we have to keep them at school the best as possible. All right, that is good. In 15 minutes for sure, they are the residential community, they wash their hands and they sit down to eat. Okay? And we leave for 6:30, the very last, the high school, families with high school kids. Mostly, right? Okay, very good. Here it is, more updates for all of us. All right, so let's say a few more words. Game for all families, 20 minutes game. This is the 20 daily games for all families. So I think it's reasonable to do 5 to 7, 20. 25. Why? Okay, because maybe some preschool already picked up, but the cafeteria is full, so you can have consistency. Some parents will lead 5 to 6, and some parents will lead 6 to 7, 7:20, 7:25, 7:20. All right, and who is the very last team to play? The families that are cleaning the dishes, right? One family, okay, they play by themselves. So here's is 7. Yeah, because some people finish to eat at 7. Okay, so you really need games for 20 minutes. It's right, 7:20. The cleaning family, 1 or 2, right, that gonna wash the real last and close the doors, they play, by themselves. If they can catch up, other families, the day is beautiful, it's good. Some other families here that have older kids can stay, but the others, they run because they still need the 20 minutes for their meeting, right? So everyone here until elementary, right? Until end of 5th grade, they have to be in bed, have their prayers before 8 o'clock. All right, 8 o'clock sharp, they say good night, they leave the room, turn off the light. All right, okay, so that's how we're going to do. So you cannot stay around, you have to run. All right, summer is different. You can stay a few more minutes, but they have to be in bed at 8, even on summer, okay? To have consistency for 2 years. Then we're gonna tell you if they can go bed a little later in summertime, because if they came, no, they don't need, they play the whole day. We have to stop with these things to going into the evening. It's 8 p.m. in bed up to the end of the 5th grade. They play all the summer camp, or they have their parents with them, playing with them. It's not to be playing outside 8 or 9 o'clock, even that's daytime, summer, beautiful day. Play during the day and we sleep at night. And the kids too, because, so the parents have 1 hour to talk to the elders or the older teens, or talk to themselves, something important, because they also have time to go to their bedroom and don't be walking around and talking. Okay, they go sleep or make love. If they go sleep, they make love next morning, early in the morning, 4 o'clock, whichever they want, but they need to be in their bedroom at 9. Okay, the other thing, before you move, make sure you have 3 bedrooms. You don't want to move and then move again. Already focus on having 3 bedrooms. One for yourself, one for the kids, and one for the elders, right? Because you're gonna need this living room for these little conversations, all right? So if you're talking to the elders, the teens go to bed. If you're talking to the teens, the elders can go to bed. They have their bedroom, and not bedroom mixed with living room. Focus on having that. If you're moving, already move to a proper location. It's apartments, sky risers, or remodeled hotels with 3 bedrooms. Very good? All right, here we are. Okay, so here it is, so they don't play after that. They go home, have their meeting, because the little kids need to go to bed. Okay? All right. Okay, so yeah, and who gonna eat first is also, according to your reality, the schools that are closer. Needs to be the preschool the closest, okay? All right, with their parents, of course, they eat together. Okay, so very good. Here we are, some more updates for all of us. All right, my friends, let's say a few words about your binder. So you have a binder for your family, and you have a binder for your business or related business, right? Such as teaching, yoga, dance classes, right? Okay, all right. You're gonna have your students' name, whichever, and here for your family. All right. So the first page is the table of contents, right? The table of contents. All right, according to your reality, those topics we already said. List of your students, cover page. Sorry, the first, it's a cover page. The second is the table of contents. All right? So the first, it's a cover page. Name of your business, address, city, county, state, country, continent, if continent for everyone. All right, and the second is the table of contents. You can change sometimes. All right, it's a binder. So that you have for a binder, and the same for a basic information you also have for your records book. And here what you need, records book and a binder. So you need binder records book for business, and you need a binder records book for family, your own family. Okay, let's say a few words about that. So you're gonna keep all the documents, you know, you're gonna just slide them. You have the plastic for each different topic, okay? And for your own sons and daughters, you know, until 21-year-old, you know, because the 22, they have to get going and marry and have their own apartment. Okay, all right. So you're gonna keep some of their schoolwork that prove, maybe a few with the name of the school on the top, some tests they did and have their grades, you know. So that is classwork. That's one plastic of this binder here. The other one, it's documentation. It's scores. All right, so another one is the scores, okay? The other one, it is essays that we asked. You can do at home or at school with the teacher already doing, they bring home. The other one, you see what I mean? It's everything really separated. So essays, documentation, documents from the own house, and then diplomas. You have one for diplomas of the entire family. You see, so that's how you're gonna keep going. We are not doing certificates. Certificates, yeah, we are doing, yes, but needs to be officially translated if it's worth it, right? Or the person just say they're specialist in electrician and they keep their certificate. Yes, they give the certificate, they give the license. Another plastic or license you have, copy of a driver license, that's the first thing you have, you know. If you need, someone needs a position, a distribution center, we need drivers. But we're not going to teach new and train new drivers. We already have plenty of drivers in the whole planet, okay? All right, so you just, according to your reality, you have those plastics. Get a strong binder with those hooks in the center, 2 or 4. If you don't have yet, because most of them have 3 holes, just use those with 3 holes until new ones arrive. That's fine. As soon as you have everything organized, and then you see if you can reuse the plastic or not, make the new holes, okay? Being 2 or 4. All right, so the binders is strong. It's not those very thin ones. It's the ones with the metal hook that grabs like this, okay? It's not a folder, because a folder won't handle this documentation. Okay, so for the class work, you're gonna do the written class work, and then you can have some drawings to prove they were there at school, some tests, you know. So according to reality, you can have all these items properly separated, okay? All right, very good. And then what is asked by the organization? Part 2. So right here in the middle, So you put all these things on the top, but on the middle put part 2. And then is what the organization is asking you. Extra videos for plumbers, for electricians, talk about what you know, or for teachers. And here, what would be the part 2 of the family? Those items that is listed at the conference, teachers conference have a list of bunch of things they have to do. All right? And that is good. Okay? Very good. We see you soon. Maybe we do the other way around. Part 1 here, the conference teacher. Part 2, any extra you may have. Yeah, let's do that, okay? So here's an improvement. So part 1 from conference teachers, exactly the same. Part 2, any extra you find important according to your reality. Your reality. All right. And here, what we're gonna do? You just leave the part 1 in blank because we have no time to do this right now. We know what the organization is asking. So you already go to part 2. No. You already put here and here what you believe according to reality is the most important. Here is where the organization gonna ask for all countries, everyone, every yoga teacher exactly the same, every swimming teacher, swimming class teacher, exactly. So number 1, from the organization, all countries exactly the same. Part 2, according to your reality. So here it is. For everyone, gonna follow this word. Part 1, part 1, part 2, part 2. You got it? Okay? So, shall we check? Make sure. Part 1, what the organization is asking. We're gonna have a list of things. This is already post last year, December and I think October, but we're gonna give a new update now. May, in June, we're gonna release the new update. Okay, it's what the organization is asking for business owner or teacher or for family. And what's the part 2? Anything extra according to your reality. Any extra you got. All right, let's do like that. It's a good pattern. Let's get going. Look, we have all this video ready to download for our next one, May 18th. 2023 already passed. It's more than midnight. Okay, here it is. Time to go to bed, and tomorrow we do some more. All right, take care. See you soon. All right, let's say a few words about housing. All right, we have many realities, many different realities from all countries, right? We have natives, we have nomads, we have refugees, we have regular families in different countries. Capitalism, socialism, right? Okay. What you gonna do if you live with someone? All right. So maybe you have that 40 or 50 years old, got divorced and came back home. What you gonna do? Or if you have that 22 years old to what? To 40, 50, and they still the parents' house, they didn't get married or they came back. What you gonna do? Or you already live with your sibling, maybe sibling with sibling, adults. Or sibling, one is married, the other one is married, but the other is not. What you gonna do? Okay, everyone that's 22 years old and older, they already know they need their house. Okay, or they're losing points. They have to be organized and move. Okay, but we have some exceptions, right? Of course, they lose points. So people, for everything you do, You get more points or less points or no points, right? Or take points out. Okay. All right. Everyone 22 years old need to get married and hurry up before they're 23. Okay, because that's really important. Everyone, if they don't get married in 4 weeks, they are already, exception of elders. Elders 65 years old and older, they have more time. But for up to 64 years old, what they have, so 23, because they're not 22, maybe they just turned 22, right? So 23 years old up to 64, they have what? They have 4 weeks from notice time or until end of July, because August already organization launching day, or they're gonna lose many points. And elders, they have 4 weeks after up to 4 weeks after organization launching day. Okay, people that gonna marry after this time gonna lose many points. Okay, and then I think with 6 months, life penalty. 6 months, life penalty. But not now, in 10 years, because that's the only way. We need a planet with families, with married couples. You understand? Married couples. Okay? This is very important. We can't have singles all around, or other countries. We have, forgot now, husbands that have 2, 4 wives. You see, all this is wrong. Or gays, lesbians, I'm going to stop all this thing, right? If they pass, no, 6 months, no, until end of December 2023, not 6 months, no. If they don't get married until this date, life penalty. That's it. They have to figure out, at the end, even 10 years apart is fine, okay? If really needed for very elders, 89 years old, up to 20 years difference, that is fine. But everyone needs to marry before, the end of the year. That means until December 28th. Until December 28th, because we need families together, couples together. All right? So life penalty. Yes, life penalty. Here, until December 28th, they need to be married. Everyone 23 years old to 100, 110, whichever is their age. Okay? All right, very good. So, by the way, people that do not have birth certificates properly, they have to go and get it. Refugees, elders that had problems with them, lost them, whichever, they go get a new one. If they don't remember the proper year they were born, they have to go to the dentist to tell them an idea if they can say something or not, or put an estimate. That's fine. Okay? Now, for all these people, this is married, officially married. That's the first thing. So what's the first? Officially married. That's what they need first. Second, what they need? They need their own apartment, not house. House gonna be demolished. Apartment. Okay, apartment with what? 3 bedrooms. Okay, all right. Let's say, they're in the parents' house, or parents are in their house and they're gonna move to another house. Just do the best you can, but you need official documents, marriage, certificate. And after that, you just talk, organize, okay? Because families can live together. Many already live together. Siblings with their own kids, or sometimes one is married, the other is not. What counts is the respect. You know, you take a shower, you put the respectful clothes, a very loosened shirt. Everyone will have brassieres on, or the females, right? Soon as they start showing anything, they wear the brassieres. That's what counts, the respect. People inside their bedrooms, they turn off, they lock the door, open the window, turn on the AC, done. Every couple, you have a room for one couple, a room for another couple, that's fine. And then a room for the kids or their teens go to the living room, and a room for the elders. Just do the best you can, but of course, first you focus on the couples, all right? Or that's okay, one of the couples go to the living room if the elders need more privacy. How old are those elders? Elders, grandparents, they can be 50-year-old. Yeah, they can. If they have kids early, they're already married, and they're grandparents with 50. Some are grandparents with 80 or 90 years old. So who you talking about? Just do the best you can, right? Okay, kids and elders, of course, they have priority. But the most important are the kids. The elders can nap in the afternoon, you see? And of course, yourself. Okay, so very good. And the couple do not give their bedroom to anybody, even not to elders. Elders can sleep in the living room a little bit, that's fine. Okay? Because it's quiet, it's silence. Kids are in bed, but they stay in the living room. You do not give your room to elders. The master bedroom is for the main couple, not for the main grandparents, okay? All right, so they're looking, let's say it's too expensive, or they don't find any location, or it's only houses available, but not apartments. What you gonna do? You keep them there until the end of a semester. That is okay. All right, that is all right. You know, until the end of 2023, nobody gonna lose points with that. Even they're leaving, you know, because that's one of kind of serious point. It's better you keep them there for a few months, right? Until they go to the street or to a location that you don't even know the neighborhood, or neighborhood use drugs, and that you have little kids or crimes happen there. If you have a reason, that's one of the exceptions. If you have a reason, okay, until end of December. That what is the end? 28th. You won't have points taken out, because our priority is not for people to move to houses, is to stay in apartments as soon as possible. But if something is not working well, share the house with this other family. Of course, if it's related to you, right? Okay? Or if it was two friends, they were not gays, not lesbians, and both of them get married. That's okay. So maybe that have kids or not, maybe that have kids or not. That's all right. Okay? Share the house for a few days. If you have a reason, you need to explain the reason. We look, what did you look? Newspaper, online, or you just ask a little bit and forgot about? Every week you look. You have to be reasonable and say the reason. Every week you look at least in 2 different places and call previous places. Call the hotel, call Sky Risers, call a county beside you, you see? But you keep them if needed. They have a job there still. They have kids already at school. Keep them there, but keep them safe. They're safe. Their kids are safe. Yes, you can help, no problem. All right, so if you have a reason, you have to make your mini videos, tell the reason, so no points will be taken out. All right, here we are. Very good. Let's get ready. Okay, so we have a few more updates here. The first one's about fruits. Okay, you have fresh, right? You have frozen, and you have how you call it? dry fruits, right? You have many, even banana, you know, that maybe you get, or apricots or anything else. And you also have canned. That's the only exception that maybe you keep for last is not the very best, because the very best is, of course, is always fresh. So according to your reality, right, you need donations, you need everything for 2 years. When you're gonna have the fresh? It's where you are right now, where you're moving to, it's by the beach, or, you know, farmers at this time, okay? If you get a lot, you're gonna eat a half and keep a half, or freeze a half, I mean. What you're gonna do if you get a lot? You save every tiny bit. That's the first thing you think. And then you can use a half, and you can freeze a half. Makes sense, right? If it's dry fruit ready, you know, if they have lots of sugar or little sugar, no sugar, you can keep them to last. They last for a very long time. And canned food, keep for last. So that is the only exception, because canned fruit, you know, cannot go to deserts. We're not doing that. We can send everything else, but not can, because there's no recycle center, nothing they can do with these cans. It's work to bring them back to the beach to be recycled. So deserts are not going to have cans in fruit or beans cooked or things like that. Okay, they're gonna have other things. Okay, they're gonna have dry fish, they're gonna have dry fruits. You see what I mean? You know, or sun meat. You know those meat that they put salt and dry on the sun? That they can have. You know, they can cook with some potato one day, the other day with the beans, the other day with the veggie, you know, along the days, dry fish, dry meat. Okay, but to go back here, talking about fruits, you may keep, if you're by the beach or in the center of the continent, yes, you can have cans. If it's desert, it's no. Deserts, you don't have cans of fruits or cooked beans, okay? All right. Dry, yes, for beach, yes, for center of continent, and yes, for desert land. Okay, they're dry. You know, those plastic are easy to keep. They're safe. People keep them. They're trash, right? And then we're gonna tell you what you can do with them. You know, if they're transparent, we already said you plant something. Yeah, if they're colorful, you plant. Okay, so both types you plant food in it. Okay, all right. If they're really not useful, you have a lot already pots in a good size in trays. All right, keep them all, because you don't want plastic in the middle of the desert flying around. We're gonna recycle, but that's easy. You can keep many bags in a tiny space. It's not like cans. Okay, the other thing is for plastic. Plant, you have a food that came in a plastic, use it to put plants, right? If the container finish with this ring, narrow space, you know, then you can't use, and you can't send to deserts. But, you know, if it's no other option, like coffee here in Florida, you know, they have some like that. So what you do, when you get, you take out, put in a plastic bag, a resealable plastic bag. If you already have the machine, take the air out and send to them without those hard plastic, because if they have this narrow thing, they can't plant, they can't do anything with it, right? Okay? All right, very good. Now let's say a few words about cooking pans. I said we're going to start with the worst and along the time, and then we're going to get the better ones, right? Okay. How that going to be? You get your sky riser and you're going to have all these kitchens. Okay, you're going to evaluate and share all the worst and all the better ones. You're going to share. Because, we're doing the best we can, okay? You have the new sets already arrive on the back. Why? For people to give value, for people to start learning how to use it. Keep the good ones in proper boxes, no problem. I believe we can start using them at 2 years. So 2 years, use the worst, decided. After 2 years, from January to December. So this start on January 1st, 2024. Okay? Worse for 2 years. And then 2 years, you get the better ones. Who gonna keep bring them to the beach, right? Houses. All right. Whichever is your reality, where you're moving to, they already have pans or not. The main thing you already did, you already shared the worst, every kitchen the same. You already shared the better with every kitchen the same. Okay, and then you see as people will be moving, where they're moving, how they're moving. So your entire building already share, okay? And for example, the entire building don't have the new pans, so you're gonna buy or get a huge donation, and then you share what you got. You need just the very basics, right? It's 4 pots basically, right? 2 for cooking, one thing, 2 for cooking. The second item, you only cook 2 items a day, no more. And the meat, the veg, the grains, the legumes go in different places one day or another, just to be a little different. But every day, people for months gonna eat the same exact thing, whichever they have. So it's better you hurry up, call farmers, call distribution centers, and have a variety of things. Have oats, have amaranth, have lentils, beans. I keep talking about a few just, because I can't tell the whole list. But look online and call those people. Call supermarkets, distribution centers, farmers close by, farmers a little far away. Because even other states, okay, if you get a lot of fruits, well, yes, accept them, Some you eat as fresh, the other half you freeze, whichever you can. Okay, very good. Now here for fruits, you have to remember which one's gonna be the very last. That is 2 years. Will be the ones in a can or the ones frozen. Because to keep frozen fruits for 2 years without losing taste and vitamins, that's a lot as well, unless they already came sealable, So you're gonna see according to a reality expiration day, and then you're gonna evaluate and see which one is the best. But you need to have everything for 2 years. And then you're gonna make a plan. Whichever, if you're school or residential community, you need fruit for 2 years. You already know how much you got. You already know farmers closed down in your area. Okay, most likely it's what you got is what you got. So you can give them even twice a week only, or you can give everybody a daily dose. But you need, to have it for 2 years. Of course, the minimum is 4 days. That's the minimum. Regular minimum 4 points, right? It is what? 4 days a week, right? Makes sense. 4 days a week you have some different fruits, right? Okay? Because you're gonna have the colorful salad, so it's okay. But you need some fruits just to be different, right? Can be used like dessert, can be used like a gift, can be used for the birthdays, all right? So if you're offering 4 times a week, you get points, and if you're offering for that birthday, special birthday, you know, that's priority number 1, and here's priority number 2. Because all the veggies have minerals, vitamins, we don't have to concern about that. Priority is to have a little something different, right, at their birthday luncheon, remember? And the second is to give 4 times, 2 or 4 times. Yeah, I don't need 4 to get points. That's fine. 2 would get points as well. That's fine. 2 or 4 is fine. 2. 4, you get a double. All right? Okay? Very good. Maker plan. That's your priority. Birthdays of the month. All right. Very good. A few more updates for us. Let's download everything and let's get ready.